Hey, what's up everyone out there on YouTube, all my mommies and all my pappies? It's Crazy Kombat here, back once again with the I just got my income tax return edition of Well, You Got More Games? Part 2. So basically, this is everything I got outside of California throughout the whole month of February. If you guys see my previous video, I went to California with seekfindplay. We're only there for a few hours, but we had a blast, picked up some great stuff, and kind of showed off some footage of some of the things we did out there in California. So be sure to check that out. I'm going to leave that link on the bottom below. Special thanks to seekfindplay. Link on the bottom below. Please check them out. I got my income tax return this month and definitely helped me out paying a lot of bills and also showing off that good like this.
Nigga, we made it. Hey, we made it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. So let's go ahead and get on with the video, get on with the pickups. So with the online pickups, I'm going to start off with some stuff that I got from a gentleman on the Neo Geo forums. I actually ended up selling my Ninja Masters MVS kit, which I got a little while back from a good friend of mine, and I decided I no longer want to collect the kits. I just wanted to strictly collect loose for the MVS because I can always get the shock boxes for those and they'll look really nice on the shelf. So I sold it to him for 140 bucks, but I also got these games on the side, which really made the deal a little bit more sweeter. So I got Baseball Stars Professional for the MVS. Great shape. The game works excellent. Classic baseball game. One of the reasons why the Neo Geo was so great. They had amazing sports games as well as fighters and shmups. And here's another game that I've been wanting. This is like a little bit of a series that Marvel made with Capcom, if you guys know what I'm talking about. This is the third game that I have that's similar to this series, and this one is X-Men vs. Street Fighter. And I'm really happy to get this game. Supposedly they say the Saturn versions are better, but I could be wrong, but really happy to have this game in the collection. The only one I need now for the PlayStation is Children of the Atom, which I have on the Saturn. Unfortunately, my 4-in-1 Action Replay doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why, so I can't play it. So if I can find the PS version of it, that'll be great as well. And with that 140 bucks, I was able to use half of it towards this game that a good friend of mine, Dirk Leon, aka Static X from the Neo Geo forums, hooked me up with. And it is a Japanese version of Ninja Masters. So I finally got the game back in the collection loose, but that's good enough for me. And it came with a mini marquee. First one off is F-Zero for the Game Boy Advance. Great shape, absolutely mint, and really happy to have this one. And this game right here, surprisingly it's about a $30-$35 game, and this little lot was about a little less than 30, so this game alone definitely made it worth it, and that is Final Fight 1. Basically Final Fight original, or basically the first Final Fight, just on the Game Boy Advance. The graphics a little bit better, it's a little bit different, but basically the same thing as the original Final Fight, obviously from the title, Final Fight 1. And this next few items right here I actually got from a good friend of mine that I been knowing for a while. He's on the Neo Geo groups in Facebook. He goes by Ryu Kenkers, and he's an Italian who lives in Japan, and recently he's been selling a lot of Japanese stuff to help a lot of gamers who've been wanting Japanese stuff in their collection at an affordable price despite Japan's very high shipping costs. And I was able to get all this stuff for about $90 shipped, which was a fair price, and one of these games I've been wanting for a long time. So let's go and show you what I got. First off, we got Gradius 3 for the Super Famicom. Excellent shmup right here. Next up we got Super Donkey Kong for the Super Famicom. It's in great shape. And this one right here, one of the reasons why the Japanese artwork is a lot better than ours, and that is Yoshi's Island for the Super Famicom. The cart alone looks really awesome. It looks a little like kiddie-ish, but it looks badass. And this game right here, I've been wanting for quite a long time. I was able to pick this up originally at We Play Games when they first opened up, but I kind of missed the opportunity. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was a Japanese version of WCW vs. NWO World Tour, so that was kind of like a little bit of a regret I had, but I had to get this back in the collection. This one is a lot better, and that is Virtual Pro Wrestling 64. Basically, same Japanese version of World Tour with a lot of new characters. They have the WCW NWO characters. They have characters from New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Japan, MMA fighters. They have characters from like Michinoku Pro. And they have legends, which basically famous Japanese wrestlers. They even have some characters like Muhammad Ali in this game, which is kind of crazy. Like Mike Tyson you can unlock, Andre the Giant, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. They got Bam Bam Bigelow. They got Vader. It is just an amazing game. If you guys have the chance, please check this out. You will not regret it. If you're a fan of wrestling, check this game out. It is mind-blowing. It's probably one of the best wrestling games on the 64, and in my opinion, it's an amazing game. So many characters. It's crazy. Muhammad Ali, like, come on. How could you go wrong with Muhammad Ali? So, that's all the online stuff. All this stuff I'm about to show you, except a few things, are from Retro City Games. They take good care of me. You can't go wrong with them. So first off, I got some computer games, which I'm not really a computer collector when it comes to like software, stuff like that. But I was actually with George from seekfindplay. He actually picked some of the stuff up from a Craigslist find. And I told him, hey, if you have any Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat stuff, let me know. Surprisingly, they did. But unfortunately, it doesn't work on my PC for some reason. I might have to adjust some things on it. But first off, we have the Ultimate Guide to Mortal Kombat CD-ROM. Basically, tips and tricks on how to use some of the characters in the game and how to perfect the character, how to basically get better at the game. This box is actually in really nice shape, surprisingly. For the next two games, unfortunately, they've seen better days. A lot of better days. So next up right here, we got Mortal Kombat 3 complete in box. This one is actually acceptable. Obviously wear and tear, a little bit of bent. But I mean, it's still standing. It's not too bad. But this next one, oh my god. I wanted to cry when I saw this, because I mean, this is an amazing game, and to see this box in this shape, oh my god, my heart was broken. And it is Mortal Kombat 2. And he hooked me up with this, which I was actually getting it up and running. I'm still working on it, and that is Street Fighter 4 for the PC. And I'm really excited to try this out on my Super Nintendo USB cord, so really excited to try that out. Basically gave him 15 bucks for all this. Surprisingly, some of the Mortal Kombat games, they go for quite a bit on eBay. It's pretty surprising. So, I was able to get that. Thanks again, George. I really do appreciate that. And all the stuff I'm about to show you from here on out is from seekfindplay. Except this one. This one is actually from We Play Games. And it's a hack that I've been wanting to check out for a while. I went there and I said, you know what? I've been wanting this game, I'm just going to pick it up. And that is The Legend of Zelda Parallel Worlds, which is basically similar to Link of the Past. It's just a lot harder. The level has been kind of, laid out differently. And, you don't start off with the... let me rephrase that. To get the Master Sword, or to get the sword, it's a lot harder. You got to do a lot more things. What I do like about it is that whenever you go to a different part of the map, it tells you where you're at exactly. And instead of the castle you have to go to find your uncle, it's a prison. And it seems like no matter where you go, there's enemies all over the playing field, and you have to use a little pots you find where you can find like little hearts and rupees. You got to use those to destroy the enemies, and that is pretty tough because some of them take 2 hits, 3 hits, and it's a pretty tough game. So if you like Link to the Past, but if you want a little bit more of a challenge, check it out. Got this at We Play, but when I was actually buying this game, the person who was assisting me kind of talked like I was stupid or something like that. I don't know, like I didn't really like the service I was given at We Play Games. I kind of was treated like I was stupid, like I didn't know what this was. I'm like, obviously I know it's a fucking hack, I just want it. I don't know, like, We Play Games, I mean, it's a good store, but I don't know, they just need to work on the customer service. But here's a place that doesn't need to work on their customer service, Retro City Games. So, Let me just shut up and show you guys everything I got from there. So the first game I got from Retro City Games is Galactic Attack for the Sega Saturn. Pretty cool little shmup. The only thing I don't like about this game is that the enemies can not only come from the normal ground, but it can also come from the background. Like you have one ground when you shoot the enemies, but there's some that come from the background, and that explains why you have a crosshair, you know, as your secondary way to shoot. You know, you have to use it to shoot the enemies from the background, and if you have enemies coming from the front trying to attack you, it can get you a little distracted at times. And I notice, like, when I'm trying to shoot the enemies in the foreground, I got to worry about the ones in the background coming to the foreground. It's just really confusing. It just, I don't know, I didn't really like that too much, but pretty decent game. Definitely worth checking out if you're a shmup fan. Okay, so this next game I got right here is a game that I never knew it came out for this handheld, and the two games of the sequels of this game actually came out on the Neo Geo, which is surprising, and it is Magical Drop 1. Basically the same thing as you see on the Neo Geo, just for the Game Boy Color, and I was really happy to pick it up. It's a great game, and I really didn't know it existed, so when I saw it, I just had to snatch it up. Next game right here is PacMan Collection. I remember I used to have this game on the Game Boy, but I lost it for some reason. I don't know what happened to it, but got it for a good price, and I'm happy to have it back in the collection. This game I got right here, I'm a very big fan of this series. Very awesome light gun game, which is House of the Dead 2. And I actually don't have any of the House of the Dead games. Actually, I changed that. I have the one for the Wii, 2 and 3, and I have Overkill on the Wii, I believe. It's kind of like that movie kind of thing. And I got this one finally. I've been wanting this one for a while, and I'm really happy to get in the collection. Next game I got for the Dreamcast, which is the import, but, you know, figured it was cheap, why not pick it up, which is Sonic Adventure. And a little back right here, 666. Uh-oh. Oh, please don't fuck up my video now. So, we got Sonic for the Dreamcast. This game I got right here, I've heard about it, I've never played it. It's very similar to the likes of Power Stone. It's kind of like that free-roaming 3D fighting game. And it has Final Fantasy characters in it. And that is It Geets God Bless the Ring, made by Squaresoft, so obviously Final Fantasy characters in it. And it has a couple of original characters as well. And it was cheap, so I went ahead and picked it up. These next two games I've been wanting for the 64. And I'm eventually going to pick up the boxes for these. But this one, I had to play it. It's a very nostalgic game for me. I had this as a kid, being a wrestling fan. Now I have all the good wrestling games on the 64, thanks to this one. This is the last one I needed, which is WCW NWO Revenge. Really happy to get this one. The first N64 game out of the THQ line of wrestling games. First one you can edit your characters, and just a amazing selection of characters. I mean, it's really awesome. And this one right here, Migi Speedway USA. I had the manual for this game, and now I just need to get the box. Pretty cool little racing game if you're into Disney characters, so went ahead and snatched that up. Next two games are Famicom games, which I was really surprised they had some. So first one up is Hyper Sports. Now this is one of the few games that actually have an end label. I don't know why all the games just couldn't have an end label. It would make things a whole lot easier. So we got that. And we got this pretty cool little game I saw, and I just went ahead and picked it up. It's an 801. Basically about 16 to 20 games copied like 100 times. So I mean, I went ahead and picked it up. I really like these little like pirated 101 or 201 type games, so figured why not. I mean, it was a decent price, so kind of snatched it up. And let's see. Oh, next few games I got over here. Okay. Or actually this box for a handheld I don't have yet, and that is the Nintendo DS original blue version. So got the box and manual. They hooked me up a good price. Now I just need the actual system, and I'll be set to go on that. Next game right here. This was on the cheap side, so I went ahead and snatched it up. Wasn't as good as I thought, but I figured why not keep it. And that is Ultraman for the Super Famicom. It is a fighting game where you have to fight different monsters. You're Ultraman, obviously, but the controls are not that great. Graphics are okay. The only bad thing I don't like about this game is that in order to defeat an enemy, you have to perform a special move. And if you're like a first time playing this game, it's gonna take a while. And if you don't perform that special move, you can't finish off your character, or you can't finish off the opponent. That kind of sounded wrong, but you can't defeat your opponent if you don't perform the special move, which is kind of sucks. But other than that, it's alright. But I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it, definitely. And next few games right here, got King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. Really happy to pick this up. Upgrade to the original King of Fighters 98. Just has better graphics, and it comes with some bonus discs with some extra content. So King of Fighters fan right here, so I'm really happy to snatch this one up. Next three games are imports, and I plan to getting my PS2 modded, so this is why I picked these up. Just have a little bit of games to play for the import. So we got Onimusha 3, which I have this one on the American version. Really great game. I really like the time travel aspect of this game. You know, you play as two different characters from two different time periods, and you have to travel across time from modern day France to medieval Japan to solve puzzles, defeat enemies, and to take down Nobunaga once and for all. So, really awesome game. A very underrated series from Capcom. Please check it out if you've ever seen it. Great games, and they go for pretty good prices, so good to check out. Street Fighter Zero Fighters Generations. Basically, a compilation of all the Street Fighter Alpha games, which is known as Street Fighter Zero in Japan, and it comes with Pocket Fighter. So, snatch that up. This game right here, good game to pick up. Guilty Gear XX/ The Midnight Carnival. Guilty Gear, crazy good games. Awesome soundtrack. Very anime style to it. Good fighting game. Speaking of fighting games, I actually picked up some fighting game pads. Two of them are for the Xbox, one's for the PS2, Street Fighter related, and they were very good priced. So went ahead and snatched these up. I got an Akuma PS2 fighting stick, or fighting pad, so you got that right there. And for the Xbox, I got M. Bison, and I got Guile. So hopefully I can find the other ones that I'm missing, so I'll be able to complete that. Picked up some stuff from Sarumaru, picked up some art, and he hooked me up with a game. I don't know if I included that or not, but in the previous video, so let me go ahead and show you just in case if I haven't already. So Sarumaru is an awesome artist here in Vegas. He makes some awesome stuff video game related. So here's some of the few things that I picked up from him, and trust me, excellent quality. I will be picking up from him again. If you want to see more of his work, check out sarumaru.com. Link's going to be on the bottom below, and this is what I got. And they also sell these at Retro City Games. So, got Bub and Bob from the Bubble Bobble Bust a Move series. The original three starters from the Pokemon games. And here it says, in the beginning, Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. And that was really awesome. So, very happy to have this one. I got some pins from him. And he's like, oh, some pins. Video game related pins. So let's see what I got. First off right here is the Turbo NEC set, which basically has the TurboGrafx, PC Engine, Super CD-ROM, and regular CD-ROM pins. I was able to get that from him. And this one right here, this one is really awesome. And that is an SNK pin set, which is Neo Geo. This is the American version, Japanese, MVS, and Neo Geo CD. He hooked me up with that. And he hooked me up with a PC Engine game, which I actually will be reviewing. Because I've never played this port. I mean, someone told me it's actually a bad port of this game. So, that is Golden Axe. And I haven't played it yet because I want to review it and I want to give you guys my true opinions on this game. Because I heard it's pretty bad, but the review should be up in a week. So, we're going to find out for ourselves. Alright, so the last few things I got at Retro City Games. I got this pretty cool little pad right here, which is the Top Max Sega Dreamcast arcade stick. The reason why I picked this up is because I already have a proper version of this I picked up at the Goodwill a little while back, and they have this one. This is like a baby ocean blue kind of look to it. So I had to pick it up. It's actually a pretty decent little arcade stick, and it has little turbo buttons for those shmups. I was very thankful he was actually to sell me the box for this, and I'm trying to get all my systems box. Thanks to this one, I just need 2 more boxes, and then I'll have all my systems box, and I'll be able to work on the handhelds. So he hooked me up with a really cheap price for this, and that is Xbox. The box only, not the Xbox One, the OG Xbox. So I was able to get that. It comes with the box. Very, pretty good shape for the most part. Just a little bit of wear and tear here on the flap. And it has the manual and instructions and all that good stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with the styrofoam, but oh well, I mean, what are you going to do? This was a good price, so I couldn't pass it up. So I was able to get that. Alright, and this last little thing right here, they were able to hook me up with a good price for this one, and now I just need 1 more color to have the original 3 for this system. I have one of them already boxed up, and this is my second one, and that is the limited edition Platinum Nintendo GameCube box. So it's complete, good shape, and that's all the stuff that I got for this month. Be sure to look out for March. I already got some stuff that I have saved up, and I'm going to be showing you for that episode. Got the review for Golden Axe on the way, and who knows what other stuff I'll find, and who knows what the future will hold for the Crazy Cabano. Hey, so thanks again everyone for watching. Hope you guys had a great month. Hope you guys have been finding some good deals. Special thanks once again to seekfindplay. Check out sarumaru.com. Check out Retro City Games. Probably stay away from We Play Games. The customer service needs to boost up a little bit. We'll have to see about that. But once again, take care everyone. God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.